It's hot outside. Summer is here. Usually that means a certain thing for the Sacramento market. Let's talk about what's actually going on. Hey everybody, Doug Reynolds here, your Sacramento area realtor. And this is my monthly update I do talking about Sacramento area real estate. Been doing this for a long time, been selling real estate for 19 years, been doing YouTube videos for 15 plus years. And I do an update talking about Sacramento real estate every single month, okay? We are in June right now. And so that means we're gonna talk about the stats for May and see what happens statistically for May, and then talk about what's going on in the market moving forward. Deal? All right, here we go. Here's the stats for May. All right, in May, and this is for Sacramento County single family homes, the median sales price was $550,000. That is flat from April, and that is actually down a little bit from a year ago in May of 2024. So we've ticked down a little bit year over year, basically right around the same range though, okay? Now, we had a high sales price this month at 2.3 million. We had the low of 172,000. That's kind of our massive range that we got of homes sold. And then the average sales price was 98.5% of the original listed price. So of all the homes sold, if you take the original listed price, the average of those compared to the average of the sales price, they sold for about 1.5% less than what they originally were listed for. We are having, anywhere between 30 to 40% of the listings on the market having price reductions in order to get and attract buyers, okay? So single family homes, still, we're on the kind of the lower side, especially for this time of year. 955 single family homes closed escrow in May. That's up a tiny bit from April. Usually we're having pretty significant jumps. From March to April is usually a lot more than from April to May is usually significantly more. Not the case going on right now. We had 955. That's a pretty low number for a May in September. That's actually down a little bit from this time last year. So we've had less sales close escrow than we did at this time last year as well, okay? Average days on the market, pretty where things have been around 25 days roughly for the last year or so. Now the interesting thing is, although we haven't had a ton of sales, the ones that have sold, a little over half of them are having multiple offers on them. Probably more in the 2, 3, 4 offer range. We're not talking 10, 20, 30 offers on everything. But the ones that are selling, they're getting action on them. About half of them are having multiple offers. Okay, here's where things get interesting. Active listing inventory, 2,200 homes on the market. So ever since COVID happened, we've all been crying, screaming, housing shortage, and there's nothing available, and wow. Well, here we go. There's homes available right now, 2,200 right now in Sacramento County available. That's up 12% from a month ago. That's up 35% from this time last year. So we've got way more homes available. We are inching close to basically pre-pandemic levels of inventory right now, and yet our homes sold is a lot less than what we would expect, okay? So because of that, our months of inventory is starting to increase. We've got 2.3 months worth of inventory. That is creeping very much into pretty much a balanced market, I would say. Okay, pendings, same thing. We got pendings. They inched up a little bit, 1,070 pendings this month compared to 1,061 last month. Good news, it did inch up a bit, but that's less than a year ago. 6.7% less pendings than we had a year ago. So you can see that right now in this kind of summer market, we're usually at peak selling season here with a lot of listings, yes, but usually a lot of pendings and closed sales going on, and we're not having that. Yes, we are having more active listing inventory for sure right now. There's more homes available than we've had in probably 5, 6, 7 years, at least pre-COVID for sure. Yet the buyers aren't keeping up with the amount. There are buyers out there, stuff is selling. We just went over that. It's not as if this market is frozen or anything like that. It's just more homes are coming available, while buyers, they're just not keeping up. There are buyers, stuff is selling. It's just not being balanced quite as much. So we've got kind of this dynamic going on in the market. It's unique to the last couple months compared to what we've had the last few years for sure. And so it's an interesting time right now. Now, if you're a seller, you've got to understand that yes, there are buyers, but they are picky. They are sensitive. They're delicate. They're sort of hiding, okay? And you've got to pull them and entice them out with pricing, being priced really well, okay? And having your house showing really nicely, okay? And then have an agent that knows what they're doing, so you've got some good marketing. I've been beating this drum for so long, yet it is so important right now in this market. So sellers, half the homes that have sold have had multiple offers, okay? So trust me, I've got listings, I'm closing some stuff, actually closing a sale today. I just put one in escrow yesterday. They both had multiple offers on it. We priced it right, and it brought those picky buyers out, and they competed for it, and they paid top dollar for it because they were competing with each other, all right? Now, there are a lot of homes that have started too high, and buyers are going, no thanks, not really interested in that one. You're a little crazy there, seller. And so we've got a lot of properties that are on the market just overpriced. And they either need to come down or they need to come off the market because they're just sitting, and buyers are not going to just all of a sudden go, oh, okay, I'll decide to pay that number. You've been on the market for 50 days. Sure, I'll just pay that. No, you need to be ready to either lower the price or negotiate down as a seller if you're overpriced and you've been sitting for forever. Buyers, two things. One, be ready to be aggressive and go after a property that looks good, is priced right, great location, all that, because there's going to be other buyers doing it. But also look at those ones that have been sitting for 50, 60, 70 days, okay? Revisit them, go, hey, that's actually a really nice house. They're just a little bit on the high side. And work on writing an offer and negotiating down to a reasonable spot for it, okay? So this market is moving, there is stuff selling, but we've got interesting dynamics going on. If rates are kind of high sixes right now, very close to 7. If we can see that come down into the low 6s, I think we're gonna see a lot more buyers come in and probably gobble up some of this inventory. But right now, with where rates are at, that's the name of the game. That's the story, all right? Hope this was helpful. Check out my website, realestatewithdoug.com. I can help you as a buyer, as a seller, as an investor, anywhere in the Sacramento area. I'm here to help you out. Use my 19 years of experience to guide you through the process to have success. Hope you're having a great summer. I'll talk to you soon, and clear skies.